Hey there, guys, and happy Friday or TGIF. You know, I'm always delighted for you to come this evening and join me for another exciting episode of the Indie Spotlight Philly. Sorry, that was a notification, and it just kind of like threw me way off for my introduction. I want you guys, first, I want to thank all of you guys, thank everybody, thank the guests, thank the supporters, and thank the viewers. Without you, we wouldn't have the Indie Spotlight Philly. I see our guest is in here. I'm about to invite him to the camera in a minute. Check out both of my links in my bio. One to the Indie Spotlight Philly YouTube. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also subscribe to the Indie Spotlight Philly podcast. Okay? So, but tonight's episode of the Indie Spotlight Philly, Fridays, happening on Instagram Live at 6 p.m. CT or 7 p.m. EST, is a very special one. We have super producer, songwriter, and Grammy Award winning Mr. Ty Macklin, who has worked with India Arie and Erykah Badu. We're going to invite him to the camera and we're going to start the interview.
Hey, how
Hi.
you doing?
Hi, how are
I'm
you?
good. I'm sorry to interrupt your intro.
No, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah,
Um, First, foremost, I want to say thank you for being very reachable
not a
for
problem.
me being able to have you on the Indie Spotlight Philly.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
thank you for that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you've done some amazing things. So
Thank you.
first, I want to ask, where are you from?
I am from I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. Yeah. And yeah, Dallas, Texas. Born and raised.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm all the way here in
In
Philadelphia,
Philly. Yeah, I've been to
Pennsylvania.
Philly a few times.
But you notice all the music that you worked on has reached everyone globally and internationally. Special, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 um. So tell so first tell me what it is like to work with such popular acts, like the popular acts that you have worked with
Well,
in the past and present.
me and Erica went to high school together, so we're friends. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Oh
As
wow.
humans. Yeah. And so we went to high school together, so we've known each other before we got into the music stuff, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so yeah, but we're kindred, you know what I'm saying? We come from the same clique, and she was the one out the crew to get the record deal, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
working with her is just like, it's family, you know what I'm saying? It's my homie, you know what I'm saying? It's the homie. So the homie, you know what I'm saying? It's the homie. Yeah. Um, I guess with India Arie, it was dope. She could sing like a mug, you know what I'm saying? And she has Pro Tool skills because
Yeah.
yeah, she
Wow.
records her own vocals, and yeah, so she's got Pro Tool
Wow.
skills, and now she got green screen skills and all that stuff too. So she's doing her video stuff and all that good stuff.
That is, that is super amazing because production is half of the job, half of everything that happens. It's like it's a duo effort.
Yeah,
Like, even though you're a single singer, it's a huge duo effort with all of the things that the engineers and the writers and the producers do.
right.
Which album of Indie Aries did you work on?
So I'm on the Songversation album, but it's the deluxe version. Yeah,
The deluxe
the
version.
deluxe
Great,
version.
great.
Yeah. So we
And
have
you worked with Erykah Badu on Baduism, right?
exactly me and Erica. We got a song on Baduism, and then we also have a song called Today that was on the Red Star Sounds Volume One. Yeah, so that's me and
Oh,
Erica as well. Yeah.
awesome, awesome. Now I was looking at some things about you. I was looking at your biopic and stuff like that. I mean, like your bio. Have you ever worked with the Roots?
No, but I know Amir and I know Tariq. You know what I'm saying? But I have actually I take that back. Me and Amir, of course, love. We did. He played drums for me on a artist that I produced from Dallas, actually named Sandra St. Victor. She's kind of one
Oh,
of the older artists, not older, but just one of the earlier artists out of Dallas, one of
yeah.
the divas. And so me and Sandra have a song together called Dizzy. and Questlove played drums on that for me. So yeah, I work with Questlove like that. I've been to Tariq's crib. You know what I'm saying?
Great,
Yeah.
great. And the kind of music that you do is really historical because it's like it's neo soul, and the type of sound, the stuff that we listen to with Erykah Badu and like Jill Scott and Music Soul Child, that like and Raheem Devon and people like that have like birthed a totally different like a totally different genre added to like like R&B and rhythm and blues and stuff like that.
Right.
So could you tell people where they can find you at on social media?
Yeah, so on social media, on Instagram, for instance, I'm at Ty underscore Macklin underscore AKA underscore XL7. And because I'm also an MC, I go by the moniker of XL7. And I started out as an MC first, me and Erica both. You know what I'm saying? We're both rappers first. And then,
Oh,
yeah, and then, started
were you
making.
guys in a group together?
No, we weren't in a group, but we did have a
Oh, okay, okay.
collaboration called Soul Nation. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
my group, Erica's group, which was called Erica Free at the time, because it was her and her cousin Free. And so it was my group that was called Shabazz 3, and then Erica Free. And we had and a whole bunch of other hip hop groups and artists and painters and actors, and we called ourselves Soul Nation. And so we were kind of
Wow.
like the black hippies in Dallas at that time.
I know you also have done work with Jaguar, right?
Of course, yeah, most definitely, yeah.
What album did you work with her on?
So me and Jaguar, we didn't work on an album together. She and I have several songs together. So
Oh,
this is
okay.
recent stuff that we've made
Yeah.
within the last 4 years, 4 or 5 years. And yeah, so yeah, man, Jaguar is a talented sister. She can sing her ass off, you know what I'm saying, and write her ass off. And the stuff that we did, actually I put out 3 of the songs on a compilation album that I did last year. So 3 of the new
Yeah.
songs that she and I have is out. You know what I'm saying? On a compilation I have called Ty Macklin Presents Soul in the Key of Neo. And yeah, so me and Jaguar got
Yeah.
3 songs on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually listened to some of it, and that's actually how I found out, who you were
Yeah.
and stuff like that when I was looking at one of Jaguar Wright's lives,
Right.
and she was talking about like all the things that happen behind the music, which
Yeah.
helps build it, helps give it that structure.
Right.
So, and I seen you kick a funky rap. I was like, oh, this is reminding me of like Slum Village in the beginning, Kanye West and the Common and the Roots and all that type of stuff.
You
I
talking about my
missed that.
personal hip hop stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my pedigree comes from the De La Soul, the Tribe Called Quest, the
Mhm.
Peruvian, you know what I'm saying? That's where
Yeah.
that's where I'm from. So I still, have that, you know, in my style or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Those are my influences. So yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah. That's the layer. That's the real stuff. I think that that's also what some of today's music is missing. I think like you're making something that is um making the stuff that we miss and we should have and we should be seeing again. When we looked at the beginning of how all the artists that you worked with and more started out, and you remember that era of them, and then they evolve and stuff, but then you remember the era of them, and that was some of the best stuff that came out of the
Oh,
era.
thank you. Yeah. And the crazy
Yeah.
one of the crazy things is that people probably don't realize, and it's just kind of the music industry in general, that like when Baduism came out, those songs were like 5 and 6 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. So like the song I did on that album is Drama, track number 11.
Yeah.
I did that song and I did the beat or the music for it in 1991. And
Wow.
then when she got a record deal, it came out in 1997. You know what I'm saying? So that's just
Ah.
kind of standard the record industry stuff. Once the machine gets behind it, it blows it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it though the songs were old to us. You know what I'm saying? But it was new to everybody else once it came out.
Sure, sure. Do you have any merchandise for sale?
I don't. I'm working on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on that. Yeah,
Great,
yeah,
great. And people can look up the songs and the songs that you worked for, I mean, that you worked on, in Spotify. And I often tell people about like being a independent producer, independent entertainer or artist that you can support. your fellow artists by sharing their music
Oh yeah,
in
most
your
definitely.
stories.
Yeah.
In your
So actually on Spotify, I have a playlist called Time Songs Produced by Ty Macklin. So it has a whole list of the songs that I've done with like several artists that people can listen to and all that stuff. Because I worked with one artist I like working with is Cy Smith. I don't know if you're familiar with Cy Smith, but yeah, she's one of the dopest artists. I worked with. She ain't got a record deal, but she dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And actually, me and her songs is on Spike Lee's "She's Gotta Have It" on the network.
the series.
The series, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
Called
definitely. I like that, like the feel of that. I like the. My mom followed that a lot.
yeah,
I want to follow it. I've just been really busy, but I like the feel of that. I like the feel of the retro or like some retro R&B, retro
yeah,
soul,
most
like
definitely,
mixed together. I love that feeling.
yeah.
Um.
And the
So
name of me and Sai's song on there is called "Sometimes a Rose Grows in Concrete." Dope song.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
It's called "Sometimes a Rose Grows in Concrete."
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the name of the song. So dope song.
What? So, question I want to ask you, since you're a producer and you're listening to so many different like music and all that type of stuff, what do you feel like is missing from like today's music from your perspective?
To be honest, nothing is really missing because you have to classify stuff as radio stuff, and then you have to classify stuff as like underground stuff. So nothing is missing.
Oh,
Everything is in its
okay,
proper place. You understand what I'm saying?
okay,
So yeah, nothing is missing. There's nothing missing.
great,
You know what I'm saying? At all. Yeah.
great. Well, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
So, um, so one of the things that I did want to ask was, what is some of the best advice you would give to someone who is trying to be who is trying to be a producer or trying to get into the entertainment and the music entertainment?
So the best advice is knowing what publishing is, because
Okay.
publishing feeds you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? That's money that comes to you for the rest of your life. So the best advice I can give, like somebody who's trying to produce or somebody who's trying to be an artist, is know what publishing is and study what publishing is. That's the ownership of a song. It's just like owning real estate, which is actually owning intellectual property, like mental property instead of physical property. So knowing what publishing is and knowing, making sure that, what to do with your songs and you know how to register your songs properly. You know how to do all that stuff because that's the money lasts forever with that publishing stuff. Yeah. So know what
Okay. So
publishing is.
definitely know what publishing is and
Yes.
know how to publish.
Yes.
Do you have any upcoming performances?
I don't. Personally, I don't. I think the last performance I did as MCXL7 was March 30th, maybe a couple of years ago. But I don't have anything coming up myself as an artist. But there's tons of artists I'm working with who are got shows coming up and all that stuff. Yeah.
Great, great. So they have a lot of different shows and stuff coming up.
Hmm.
Great. Um, if you had the chance to collaborate with any artist, whether mainstream, indie, um, does any artists come to mind that you would like to collaborate with?
Yeah, Jamiroquai. I'm a big Jamiroquai fan. You know what I'm saying?
Jamaica,
Yeah.
great,
So
great.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome, 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 awesome. And do you mentor or coach any producers, anyone that's trying to do this, or
Yeah.
anyone in your area that tries to do
Yeah,
this?
because I've been doing it for so long, I've done that several times. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the artists that I work with, producers that come through, people, because here in Fort Worth, Texas, I co-own and run a 5,000 square foot recording studio. So I'm working
Yes,
with
tell us
artists
about that.
every single day. You know what I'm saying? And they free to ask me questions and all that stuff. So yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
I noticed that there's such a huge technology side to production and business. How important is it for a singer, a songwriter, or entertainer, or performer to understand the technology and the production side of what they're doing? Like, I know the side I'm doing, but to understand the side that you're doing.
So 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 it's really not the production; it's the
Okay.
human behind the production. You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's not the equipment, it's not anything like that. It's the human. Like when Jimi Hendrix played a $200 guitar, it's not his guitar, it's Jimi Hendrix. You understand?
Right.
So it's not the equipment, and I think people kind of get caught up in trying to learn all that stuff, and there's a learning curve with all that stuff. Hey man, if you got something that you know really well, and it gets the job done, hey, use that. You know what I'm saying? Because the listener doesn't know what you made it on. The listener don't know you made it on Reason. The listener don't know that you use Logic. The listener don't know any of that.
Sure.
So yeah,
Sure.
man, just if that's what you used to, use what you know. You know what I'm saying? But it's really not the equipment. It's the human. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the person.
Yes.
So, so do you think that all producers are created equal or no?
No. All just like all humans ain't created equal. So no.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The reason why I asked that was
Yeah.
because I've noticed that I've heard artists make songs, and then I'll hear the song sounds great, but the production is not all the way there. And then I'll hear another song, and the song it's good, it has good stuff in it, but the production is amazing. And I'm just like, look at like the difference between between that production and the other production, because some people produce like songs and stuff themselves.
Yeah.
And I just hear like some of the things that have came out of the studio and actually have came out of your studio, and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, like it's hard. Like, at least when I went to school for music, it was really hard for me to get the production side
Yeah.
and the engineering side. You're also an engineer, right?
Yeah. I'm also an engineer. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I I'm a record producer. So
Record producer.
I started out as a beat maker, you know what I'm saying, and an MC back in the 90s, but I just kind of developed my skill set, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. But now I'm a record producer, meaning that I can produce any kind of genre, from country to, EDM, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I'm a record producer. I'm like Quincy Jones. I'm like, and so I'm a little bit more hands-on than Quincy,
Okay.
meaning I'm making the track, you know what I'm saying. Whereas Quincy was the producer, arranging which musicians would come to the studio to play, you know what I'm saying? Whereas I'm
Yeah.
like I'm actually the composer and the producer. But so yeah, I forgot what the question was. What was
I'm
the
just saying, it pays to actually have your stuff in the studio and have someone that has that experience. It takes your song to another level.
Yeah,
It
it
really
does.
takes your song. You can hear it in the song. Like, it takes your song to such another level, because sometimes I say, well, but I kind of want to make that song like that, or I can't get that. I notice it's really hard to get like a soulful or a neo soul sound that's like, because it has a lot of different elements in it.
Yeah,
If you don't have that producer that has done it before, or who knows about it,
yeah,
I'm just like, it's hard.
yeah,
It's hard to duplicate that sound.
yeah. You
You
know,
know when you hear
it.
it.
Man, the crazy thing is, we've been doing that sound. Like, people don't know that Baduism, that album, that's a Dallas album. All four of
Mhm.
us are from Dallas. Monaco, who did Rimshot and Certainly, Free, who
Mm.
did Apple Tree and Show No Love, Jaborn, who did On and On, me, who did Drama. We all from Dallas, so that's a Dallas album. So we've been making songs like
Mm.
that since the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? And then when Erica got her record deal, Kadar Mossenberg, the cat who was, who had the production deal at Universal, who signed her, he coined the term neo soul. But like
Yes.
that
Yes.
to us, that's a Dallas album. That's a Dallas sound. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because we were doing that already. But then, like, you know what I'm saying, the machine got behind it and blew it up and coined the term neo
Yeah.
soul. You understand? So doing neo soul is just like, well, that's just natural. All it is like, hip hop, jazz chords, the hip hop, you know what I'm saying, with the hip hop beat. Neo soul.
Yeah. 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 Because
Yeah.
like I've never really I never really like been to the South and stuff like that,
Yeah.
to experience it, to understand like how music is and the elements that they use, the different towns and different states use different elements. But wow, that is awesome. Um, do you currently work with any organizations?
In terms of what?
So like what kind of organization do I want to say? Like maybe any music schools, or any students or anything like that?
No, no,
No.
no. Yeah, I'm just kind of,
Cool, cool.
saying, I got my own thing happening.
Yeah. I mean, which is, I think, which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So so let's say you a new artist comes in and they tell you the direction of the type of song that they want to make. What kind of advice would you give an artist that doesn't know exactly what their sound is?
So
Like, I find it hard.
I would
Okay.
say, find songs that resonate with your spirit and
Mm-hmm.
get them to me. You know what I'm saying? Say, I like this, I like
Uh-huh.
this, I like this. You know what I'm saying? And then as a producer, I can hear what sounds they're using. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So not necessarily the notes that they playing, but the sounds. Are they using a Moog bass? Are they using electric bass? Are they using Fender Rhodes? Are they using grand piano? You know what I'm saying? Are they using acoustic guitar versus electric guitar? So yeah, give me examples of sounds that or songs that resonate with your spirit, and then I go from there.
Mm-hmm.
I do that all the time with artists that I'm working with. Like, what that's why my music doesn't sound the same from artist to artist, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of catering it to that person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so yeah, so yeah, they give me examples, and then I just try to listen to the production and say, okay, well, they using this or that, or they got this kind of drum machine or that kind of drum machine, and then I just go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's good. I like that because, like you said, you're catering to different sounds, and that's what artists are.
Yeah,
They're different individuals, right?
yeah.
With original material. So, what is like a beginner-friendly DAW or a digital audio workstation? What is one of the beginner-friendly DAWs that someone could use that's starting to record their voice or record music?
Any one of them, any DAW will work. I pretty much use Pro Tools to record and mix, and then to make the music, to compose the music, I'm using Reason. You know what I'm saying? Propelling
Okay.
Heads Reason. So, but any DAW will work. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's not the DAW, it's the humans
Hmm.
behind the DAW. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But any
Right.
any one of them will
Um,
work.
any one of them could work
Yeah.
for you. Great. Great. And okay, I'm trying to think of this next question. So I see that you are Grammy award winning.
Yeah.
So what did you which album or which artist did you win the Grammy with
Baduism.
before?
Erica Badu's
Oh,
Baduism.
Bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what started it all off. Yeah.
Great, great.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's the one you started off with and the one you won with. Wow, that
Yeah.
is remarkable and amazing. So this is normally the time in the interview when I ask, sometimes I forget, but I remember this. When I ask my guests, is there any question that they would like to ask me?
Um, Say that one more
No.
time.
I'm sorry. I said this is normally the time in the interview when I ask my guests when I can
Oh,
remember.
okay. Yeah.
What question would they want to ask me a question?
Yeah. Let's see. Anybody want to ask me anything?
Oh yeah, that's right. If you do have any questions, there's a question box right in the lower right hand corner of your screen. Do you have any questions for me?
No. What are you doing? I mean, you have a beautiful voice. I heard your songs. You know what I'm saying? Are you like
Thank you.
pushing those songs? Like, what are you doing with them?
So I'm like still like learning my way around about promotion and music and putting together things because it's like I notice like when you do music, you're an entrepreneur
Mm-hmm.
and you're constantly funding yourself
Yep.
and you're funding your actual regular life and you're funding yourself at the same time.
Yep.
Then you're being creative and doing all that other type of stuff. So I'm just trying to learn like the process of like promotion. I'm trying to learn my DAW, how to record and all that other type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think there will be a time when I will start pushing more of my music in a better way. And then I'm also trying to learn about like copyrights and publishing and playlists and stuff like that
Yeah.
and about collaboration. So I'm still like in the process. It's a lot.
That's
It's a
cool.
lot to
Yeah.
learn if
You're
you want to
doing
do
your
it
thing.
right.
Yeah. You're doing your thing. No doubt. Yes.
Yeah. So before I wrap up the interview, I just wanted to ask, was there any other questions or anything else you would like to say?
Just to, the people listening or joining in, what I'm saying, if y'all are artists, just keep doing your thing. Just remember that music is subjective. and it's gonna be somebody out there that likes, everything. You know what I'm saying? And or any, somebody's gonna like some song that you have. You know what I'm saying? What I
Yeah.
noticed
Yeah.
a lot is a lot of independent artists. They kind of get kind of stubbed or whatever because they be like, well, nobody's listening to my songs, and it's not that.
Yeah.
It's just that you're not promoting properly. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing
Yes.
to do with
Yes.
whether your song is good or bad because that's all subjective. The thing is the promotion part, and as long
Yes.
as you're targeting the right people who want to listen to that type of music, you're gonna win. But most artists don't go that far with the
Yeah.
promotion, and so they think it's their song and it's not their song. So learn your promotion stuff because it's not your song. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's just the promotion.
If you can promote the crate challenge,
Exactly.
my God, you can promote.
Exactly.
You have a question. It says, I just want to say, Ty, that Ty did a song with NDRE called Strange Fruit
Yes.
that I loved.
Thank you.
Yes. You have another question. Okay, it says, thank you both for this great interview. Ty, you did, wait, before I can read the whole thing. Okay, it says, Ty, how did Herbie Hancock pitch down the hats in the
Say that
70s?
one more time.
So it says, thank you both for the great interview. Ty, how did you pitch down the hats in the, Ty, how did
Somebody.
Herbie Hancock pitch down the hats in the 70s?
And what?
Pitch down the hats in the 70s. How did Herbie Hancock pitch them down?
Somebody's asking the question that I asked Herbie Hancock. You know what I'm saying? When I first
Oh,
met
okay.
when I first
Okay.
met Herbie Hancock. So that was the
Oh,
question I
yeah.
asked him. Like, yo, how did y'all pitch that hat down in the 70s and keep it in time? You know what I'm saying? Yes. So yeah. Who asked that
Yeah.
question?
Who asked that question? Let's see. It says produced by Mid.
Oh, word.
Asked
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
question.
Produced by Mid. What's up, bro? That's the homie out here in Fort Worth. South.
Great.
Yeah.
There's another question by Roderick Ashley 07. What are a few good books?
Oh, like music books or what kind of books?
I'm not sure exactly what books. You can put another question in there to find out which books you're talking about, and we'll try to answer that question.
I know a good author.
Okay.
I know a great author. She has a book called The Wedding Before the Wedding. It's a great read. It's two
Okay.
books, part 1 and part 2.
Part 1 and part 2 of A Wedding Before the Wedding. Hi. Hello. What's your name?
Carla Dulaney.
Carly Delaney.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
You can tell me a little. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm
You can
great.
tell me a little bit about yourself also. I didn't know that you guys were out or you're out. I had no idea.
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys were out.
Oh,
I had
yes.
no idea.
Yes, ma'am. We're about to enjoy dinner. But you're good.
Awesome.
You're good. This is great. I'm enjoying the interview. You're fabulous. You're beautiful.
Yes. I've done about, so far I've got up to about 85 interviews, and I love to interview a lot of people that I haven't seen spotlighted but have done some really amazing things, like Mr. Macklin.
Yes.
So, yes. So I want you guys I want you guys to enjoy your dinner, and to say that thank you for coming on, Ty.
Yes.
Thank you for introducing me.
Yes.
And also, thank you all guys for watching.
Yes.
And then I hope you have a lovely dinner and have an awesome evening.
Yo, thank you so much for having me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I really
I
appreciate
enjoyed it.
that. Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm out.
Have a great night.
All
Bye.
right. Peace.
Bye. See
Peace.
you guys.